I didn't know Ford made fire trucks. It says Ford, F-O-R-D. Might need a tune-up to get on the road, though. And a wash job. Let's see what transmission it has. Oh, the stick shift manual. Get it? Stick shift. I don't hear you laughing. We've got another vehicle with a stick shift. Let's stick to something a little more lively than a worn-out fire truck engine. Like this 5-liter V8 or 307 cubic inches for those of you in the old-fashioned measuring system. A whopping 480 horsepower and 420 foot-pounds of torque at 4,600 RPM. And according to the spec sheet I got, 6 piston Brimbos from the front, 15.5 inches. 15-inch 4-piston in the rear. All connected to this 2019 Ford Mustang Bullitt. If this vehicle looks familiar, it's because I did a video on it before. We'd only had it for half a day, only racked up a few miles. Not much of a drive. That's all they could give me at the moment. So I got out my sophisticated Walmart $15 flip phone, called the head of Ford and said, hey, I really need this for a week. Help me out here. I know I'm going to get jokes about this phone. I do all the time on my emails. But hey, it works for me. So they shipped it back for a whole week of driving all the way from Michigan, just for us. And I'm going to be racking up a lot of miles to get the performance, ride quality, fuel economy, usual stuff. They sent me a window sticker, but unfortunately it doesn't have the price. It says not for sale. Or it does have the EPA fuel economy information, because this is for executive use only. You know, important people like me. But someone at Ford did send me a spec sheet. Here's the base price. There are 3 options available on the Bullitt: the electronics package and the MagneRide dampening system. $2,100 extra and $1,695 extra. The electronics package will get you a 12-speaker stereo system that you'll enjoy listening to. With the MagneRide, you get a choice between normal, My mode, Sport mode, Sport Plus, Track, drag strip. You get the idea. The steering feels adjustable by this lever here. If you want to do a quiet exhaust so you don't disturb your neighbors, you go up to the top. If you want to disturb your neighbors because you don't like them, you go down to Sport or Track. They'll hear it. According to this sheet, the 2 options brought the tab to $51,290. But there's a third option you need to know about. That's the leather trim. You would think for 50 grand you get a spare tire. Instead you just get a tire repair kit. Ford says they do this to save weight. Maybe so. I'm sure it saved them a few bucks in production cost. Wink, wink. If you make a lot of out-of-town trips, you might want to buy yourself a spare tire at the dealer. If you watch my videos, you know one of the first things we do when we get a vehicle is take the headlights out and test them in the dark. And a high-performance car like this, I definitely want to see what the headlights do. We'll get to that right now. It's dark enough, so let's see how these headlights work. Here we have the low beams on a building 100 feet away. Rides a bit lower to the ground, bright enough. High beam. Again, bright enough. Now we'll try a longer distance. Here we have the brights on the building 300 feet away. Good wide spread, good height. Good low beam, reaches out far enough for city driving. Pretty good lights. No complaints from me. Ford claims a 0 to 60 time of 4.2 seconds on this engine. There are a few things they've added to help you get there. For example, you can turn the traction control on or off. You have a launch control mode. Currently set at 3,000 RPM. You have track apps. Race countdown, drag countdown, automatic. Some more goodies for you to play with. You have acceleration timer results. The number of items the computer can show is rather lengthy. It would take the entire video to show you everything. Even more so since someone swiped the owner's manual out and I'm still trying to learn this. So what we're going to do is do some 0 to 60 times. Nothing fancy. I'll just put it in sport mode, leave the traction control on. And you watch the speedometer as we do it. If you want to use your stopwatch, be my guest. So let's do a couple quickie runs. Ford recommends 32 pounds per square inch in these tires, which is rather low for a high-performance car. But that tire pressure, combined with the normal setting on the Magna Ride suspension, provides a very nice, comfortable ride, yet still get good handling. We're going to run over some speed bumps at around 25 miles per hour. See how this car responds to impacts. Bump number 1, very smooth. Didn't feel a thing. Bump number 2, glided right over. Number 3, and here comes the big nasty one. Amazing, very smooth. I'm impressed. We're going to set the steering in the normal mode. Pretty good feel and response. No complaints here. Now we'll put it in the sport mode. I don't see any difference as far as responsiveness goes. It's definitely heavier steering though, if you want to give your arm a good workout. And now we got the comfort mode. And the steering is definitely lighter. I really can't see any difference as far as response goes. So those are your 3 modes. Take your pick, see what works for you. Let's put the suspension in the sport mode. Then we'll try the speed bumps again. Same speed, bump number 1. Oh, big difference. A lot firmer. Comfortable, but a lot firmer. That was number 2. Speed bump number 3. And the rough one. Definitely a lot firmer. Still comfortable enough though. I'll save that mode for racing around mountain corners. Okay, we're going to take a highway trip tonight, around 250 miles. Fill up the tank right now. See you in a few minutes. We're coming towards the end of our highway trip. We're going to pull over, put some gas in, and see what the fuel economy was. Except, once again, the 16-gallon tank is run dry. Does so in a hurry. Back to the gas station. Okay, 10.1 gallons to go 225 miles. That's just under 23 mpg, if my math is correct. Or 22.5 if we're going to get picky. Not too bad. This Mustang gets a lot of attention on the street. Let's see what type of attention we get at the local car show. Come on, where's the Mustang area? We don't want to be here with the Corvettes. No, no, no. Here we go, Mustangs galore. I still think mine's better looking of the lot. Well, it's getting its share of attention, that's for sure. Well, we're getting too many fingerprints on it. Time to go. Frank Frankly, I don't even know why I'm checking the fuel economy on a vehicle like this. I mean, do we really care? Also, I look at it this way. If you bought a European car with a V8 this powerful, you'd be way over $100,000 on the sticker price. So the price like this, around 50 grand, look at all the money you're saving to buy gas. Lots of gas. So why worry about fuel economy? But it is nice to know we're getting over 20 on the freeway, in any case. If you like driving, you really owe it to yourself to drive an American muscle car. It doesn't have to be a Mustang, it could be a Camaro or Dodge, but it needs that high-performance V8. Until you've driven a high-performance V8 American muscle car, you just haven't driven. It's that simple. You don't have to buy one, rent one, borrow one. If you watch my videos, you know what's coming up next. Where's my buddy? There he is. Tommy the Toad. They make him big out here. Alright, time to hit the road again. This is definitely the best V8 engine Ford's ever introduced. Would outperform any of the old muscle cars made in the 1970s. Hard to believe it's only 307 cubic inches. And that exhaust sound, wow. As you can see, we have a lot of wide open spaces out here. Perfect place to open up a nice sports car or an American muscle car. It's on tight mountain roads like this that we find in the National Forest where this car really shines. More important, where the 6-speed manual transmission really shines, giving you the exact gear you want when you want it. The amount of bottom end torque you get on this engine is frankly amazing. I really don't have to downshift if I don't want to. Love it. We just reached an elevation of 6,000 feet. Performance doesn't seem to be suffering at all. Civilization, about time, because once again this 16-gallon fuel tank is running dry. Time to fill up again. The city of Prescott has the best funeral arrangements in the country. $49.95, get a pine box, throw you down a mine shaft. No sales tax. Can't beat that. I promised myself I wasn't going to take the fuel economy anymore, but with all this high-performance driving I've been doing, I was just curious. It comes to 17.9 mpg thus far, just in case you wanted to know. For most driving conditions, the normal setting in the Magna-Ride suspension will do. If you put it in the sport mode, the main advantage is high-speed stability. So if you're in the habit of driving on the German Autobahn at 150 miles per hour, which we will not be doing, the sport mode in the Magna-Ride is definitely worth clicking onto. I've noticed this is one vehicle that commands respect. When they see me in the rearview mirror and I'm flashing my lights, hey, move over, get out of my way, I'm in a hurry, they always move over. That didn't work last week when I was driving a Toyota Prius. Go figure. And for those who can't pull over, just hit the throttle and pass them. The Mustang Bullitt is the real deal, a genuine performance car. It's very easy to drive if you know how to drive. If you're one of those people who likes to play on their cell phone and not pay attention, though, you're probably going to end up getting killed. And that's going to be the driver's fault, not the car, because the car responds to exactly what you want it to do. That warning goes double if you're one of these people who like to drink and drive, or even have a couple beers before you hit the road. You get a tiger by the tail here. Not a good idea. And here's an example of what I'm talking about right here. Another guy who didn't pay attention. That doesn't look good. Oh well. I was about to tell you this is known as Dead Man's Road. People drive over the edge all the time. Way down there, about a year or two later, they find the car and the body. But I don't think I'm going to have to worry about this. The Mustang sticks to the road pretty good. Like glue, actually. So we will not be running over the edge today. Oh, all the police are interested in this. Well, with all the police racing to that accident, they won't have time to worry about me. Not that I would be doing anything illegal, of course. Disclaimer there. So for this trip, we logged 350 miles, and for the week, we logged 650 miles. So you're probably wondering what I think about the 2019 Ford Mustang Bullitt. Well, every year I go to the big car auctions, the Brett Jackson, the Russo Steel events, all held in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I see all these old 1970 performance Mustangs, the Boss 302s, Boss 429s, 428 Cobra Jets, all selling for crazy prices. 100,000, 150,000, 200,000. I don't know why. They were lousy cars. Build quality sucked, no brakes, no handling. Then you had the lousy fuel economy, 8 to 11 miles per gallon. This 2019 Bullitt is superior to all the older Mustangs in every possible way. It's quicker, handles better, superior brakes, better build quality, far, far better fuel economy. In fact, in terms of acceleration, this car is quicker than any muscle car made in the 60s or 70s flat out, whether it's Ford, GM, or Chrysler. And while the 50 grand price tag might seem steep, it's not, because there's nothing from Japan or Europe that can compete at this price. Zero. If you buy one, you will not be disappointed, trust me on this. Coming up is a video we did on the Mustang GT with the 10-speed automatic. Just click and watch.